What is up, guys? Trust back here with another video. Today, we are going to be doing the NFC North, starting the NFC with record predictions. As you guys can see on the far right, my record predictions for the NFC North, and Adrian's over here. I will
Yes,
like to add
boys.
on though, real quick, that I think A Rod's going to be out of there by week 9. So you basically make a cut line, at like week 8 or week 9. I think one of the two. I said in the last video that he won't be there week 9. I'm not sure. This is just a guess, of course, like multiple weeks before the season. But week 8 or week 9, you can make a line and say A Rod's not here anymore. So the records are different, mainly because of that, because he thinks that A Rod's going to be there for the season. I mean, maybe he doesn't think that. He's just guessing on that, basically. Um. Anyway, we'll start off with the Packers. I think they're going to go 11-6, of course, with that A Rod leave at week 8 or week 9. Maybe before that, I don't know. But start off strong. Other than the Niners game, I think they lose to the Niners in week 3, which is going to be the first highlight of their season. I think the Niners are going to be good, and me and Adrian have different opinions on this. But 2 years ago, they made the Super Bowl. Last year, everyone got injured. Or not everyone, but a bunch of people got injured. And Jimmy G, I don't even think he played that good when he was playing. Um, if he even played, I don't even know. I didn't really watch the Niners last year, but I think they're a good team, and I think a new QB might help them. I don't know how good he's going to do, but they did pretty well without a really good QB at the helm, also known as Jimmy G. And I think
I
they'll
think
pull
people
out
are
the first dub.
disrespecting Jimmy G.
I mean, yeah, I
I don't know.
probably am, but like
No,
he
I'm
wasn't
not
super
saying you. I'm
great.
saying people in general.
I mean, yeah,
I'm
that's
just
probably
saying like
true.
people. They acting like he's like a bottom tier quarterback. Like remember when there used to be just trash quarterbacks everywhere?
Hmm.
Jake Locker,
Yeah,
Matt
I remember
Castle,
that. Oh my god, on the Titans, Jake Lock. Oh my god.
Jameis Winston, freaking Marcus Mariota. Like Garoppolo, he's like a decent quarterback.
I mean, yeah, he's decent. He's
uh,
pretty good on play action. He's a pretty solid QB.
like
He's like a Ryan Tannehill, maybe a little worse than Ryan Tannehill.
he'll get your team some W's. I'm saying
That's
if you give
true.
him weapons, like what receivers does he really have? That's my main concern.
True.
Like
True.
there's no receivers on the team at all.
I
Debo
mean,
Samuel's
Divo,
about
yeah,
it.
they're like kind of like
But
running
he was hurt
backs, I
anyway
would say.
towards
They're
the
like
end.
very evasive rather than being very like old fashioned receivers and like route running and stuff. From what I know, at least, I don't really watch Niners very often, but I think the Niners pull out the first win in that week 3 matchup. Another highlight I'm going to have is week 10. I think this is a really good game for the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks kind of clapped the Packers here as A Rod's not there. Um, Coming off the bye, going into Lambeau, I think they clap them. In week 10, Seahawks go off. Russell Wilson, maybe 3, 4, 5 touchdowns thrown. I don't think there's going to be much running the ball, um, but probably 2, 3 scores in this game of a win for the Seahawks in week 10. Adrian, what are your highlights for the Green Bay Packers 2021-2022 season?
Okay, so I had the Packers winning the same record. I can't say that because if you want to know what I'm gonna say, check out all the other AFC standing videos predictions. But I had the Packers going 14-3. Solid season. Expecting A Rod to play the entire year. You know what I'm saying? So if he ends up being traded before the season, then all of this is void. All of this is no, like out the window. But um, you know, as you know, he plays. I assume they're going to do very well this season. The only loss I see them having though are against the Rams. Matthew Stafford, former division rival, now in LA. I see him taking a dub against the Packers. And then I also um, want to highlight, if I know quick, Ravens Packers Week 15. That will be a solid game to watch. I think Lamar and the boys pulled that game off. That's going to be one of the most fun games to watch, I think, all year long. Ravens Packers doesn't get much better than that. Two solid QBs, two completely different styles, two completely different eras. They're like big gap in age, big gap in skill sets. I think it'll be a very fun game to watch for people who enjoy it. But I see the Ravens finishing the W, but the Packers will definitely enjoy their 14-3 record though.
Maybe number 1 seed, maybe. Bucks are definitely up
I would
there.
say probably Bucks are I mean,
Um,
the Packers were like a pass interference call away from going to the Super Bowl.
true,
Let's be real
true,
here.
true. But I mean, that's probably like every year with the Packers. They always make the NFC Championship and then get pounded. Um, Going with the next team, we have the Vikings. I have them going 7-10. Adrian has them going 9-8. Pretty similar records. I mean, in a way, I guess. Um, some highlights for the Vikings season. I think week 2 is going to be a big highlight. I think the Cardinals are just barely better than the Vikings. I think the difference here is Kyler Murray and Kirk Cousins probably still at the helm. Should be still at the helm. Um, I don't know if you guys
Kellen
seen.
Mond.
Yeah, kill him, man. I don't know if you guys seen like the clips of like Justin Jefferson getting overthrown. Yeah, that's what I'm just gonna say that Justin Jefferson's amazing, but sometimes QB lets him down. And I think this. I don't think it's gonna completely happen this game. I just think that Kyler Murray and that style of offense is gonna get a little better this year. I think D Hop's gonna be a little bit better in the system, knowing it for a whole year. And I think the Cardinals pull out the win. Another one I'm gonna highlight. Let's highlight week 8. Two teams coming off byes, Cowboys and Vikings. Cowboys grab this win. With Dak Prescott at the helm. Really going to be interesting with what happens with Dak this season. I said this last video. If you guys didn't see that, go watch it. AFC West, really good video. Of course, all of our videos are high quality. Okay, sorry. Um, but
Nice plug, nice plug.
yeah, I know, right?
Solid.
I know. But the Cowboys are a interesting team to watch. Zeke fumbleitis, um, Dak Prescott leg. Let's just say it. Amari Cooper stud. CeeDee Lamb looks like a stud. I'm not really sure. I haven't watched much CeeDee Lamb, but um, it's going to be an interesting game. Definitely both coming off the buys, and I think the Cowboys do pull off the win in Week 8. Adrian, what are your highlights for Vikings?
Uh, I'll be honest, guys. The matchups, my phone has died. I'm freestyling here. I had the Vikings going 9-8. Think they'll be a decent team.
Want
Kirk
me to help you?
Cousins, similar to Jimmy G, if you can
Okay.
possibly, then yes.
So,
But I think Jimmy G and Kirk Cousins are very similar quarterbacks. Game managers in a sense, not like their play style, but just the way their skill level. I think they can get done though, especially with Justin Jefferson weapons. Dalvin Cook a weapon too. Like
Adam Thielen.
they're stacked.
Can't forget
Adam
about
Thielen,
him.
he's regressing, but
I mean, yeah, he is. He is.
still a weapon.
Um, some interesting games that you could highlight if you want. Week 16, Rams Vikings. You want to highlight that? Rams win over Vikings.
Uh,
I can just give you like 5 games if you want. Just let you know all of them.
true.
The one you could highlight: Steelers Vikings Week 14. Steelers pulled the dub over the Vikings. Vikings Niners, where you're definitely underrating the Niners, and Vikings beat them. Uh,
Yeah, I will go. I'm gonna go Vikings Niners. I think the Vikings pull out a W Week 12, most likely against Jimmy G. Kirk Cousins, Jimmy G, two similar quarterbacks as I talked about earlier, but I think Kirk Cousins has the edge with the weapons around him, team around him. I think they'll have an offensive, game against them. End up pulling out the W. And I'd also like to highlight Panthers Vikings. I think Sam Darnold will do a lot better when he is in Detroit. Um, or in Detroit, in freaking Carolina. I was thinking about the Lions. Away
Jag-
from Adam Gase, with some wide receivers surrounded around him. What a guy. Wide receivers around him: Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore. Um,
no more
no
Curtis
Curtis
Samuel.
Samuel, but
Yeah,
still. And also those CMC coming back. I think he'll have a lot
true.
better. He'll do a lot better there, and I think they will pull off the W against the Vikings. But 9-8, not a bad season. Probably gonna sneak in the wild card. Similar to what they did last year, though.
True. Similar. Oh, now, next team we're gonna do is the Bears. As I say, the Bears are going 6-11. He thinks they're gonna go 4-13. A little bit of a difference here. As you'll see, the biggest dip with the Lions. You guys can probably see in like a little bit of a preview over here. Um, but Chicago Bears, their highlights for the season. I think they start off pretty bad. I mean, 2-3 isn't that bad. Never mind. I didn't even look past that. It's like 2-5, 2-6. Um, some games to highlight here. Pretty sure Adrian's gonna highlight week 7. I was thinking about it. That's right. I told him before that he can highlight if he wants to. Um, We're gonna go week 13. I think the Cardinals rested, beat the Bears. I know I highlighted them already this video, but I think the Cardinals are better than the Bears. I think probably rookie QB starting, unless they want to go with Andy Dalton. I mean, sure, um, but I think Cardinals pull out the dub. Just a better team in general. Probably a wild card team, I would say, versus a mid-tier team in the Bears. Um, Another game I would highlight is Bears Lions. I think the bottom teams of the division. If you say otherwise, let us know in the comments. Um, if you say Packers are the bottom team of the division, just please leave now before you get bullied. Okay, sorry. Had to say it. Had to say it. But I think Bears pull a win over the Lions. I don't think the Lions are going to do that good this year. I think they're purposely going to tank. That's just my thought. I think they purposely will tank this year because of the fact that they know that they don't have a great team without Matthew Stafford now and without a bunch of the weapons that they had on offense. And probably even more than that I can think of right now. But I think the Bears go 6-11, not great, not horrible. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting season for the Bears and QB situation.
I have the Bears going 4-13. Not very good, but either Andy Dalton or Justin Fields. Either have a washed-up quarterback or rookie quarterback. Either way, you're doing a struggle, but I don't really think it's up to the quarterback. I think it is the Bears' success. It's going to be tied to Matt Nagy, and they will not succeed until he is gone. I think he's a poor coach, and I think that's going to show the season with them going 4-13. Week 7, repeat, Bears Bucks. Will we see 4 come out again? Insert Tom Brady picture holding 4, Gavin, while you edit it. Come on, do it. I think that should be a beating, to be honest with you. And then in week 11, Ravens Bears, like to highlight that. I think Ravens like to beat up on rookie quarterbacks. Blink Martindale gonna dial up some plays there to stop Fields, or let's be honest, if Andy Dalton is in Chicago, Andy Dalton loves to feast on the Ravens. So if Dalton's playing week 11, Ravens beware. I think the Bears
That's
pull the
scary,
W. But
bro.
if Fields is
That's really scary.
playing, I think the Ravens have the dub though. That's a game that I will switch on though, based on if Dalton's starting or if Fields starting. So that's the Bears. They're 4-13. Not a great season, but they will progress. Fields will get better, and hopefully, for the sake of Fields and the Bears and their fans, Matt Nagy gets fired ASAP.
And the last team we're going to highlight this season, this video, is going to be the Lions. As I have them going 1-16, yes, that low. He has them going 5-12. I think the Lions are purposely tanking. I said this in the Bears and also in the AFC West. If you guys didn't see that, go check it out. Um, but I think the Lions are just purposely tanking. They have one game where they win, which I'm going to highlight right now. Week 8, Eagles Lions. Eagles suck. Just gonna say it. Bottom slash mid tier team. I don't think they're gonna win this game. Um, I think the Lions. Maybe Jared Goff has a good game, and maybe he keeps himself at the starting spot um, for like maybe another year or so at least. Keeps himself alive, staying alive by the Bee Gees. Um, some other close games that I would mark. Let's go Bengals Lions, a really close game just a couple weeks before their first win. I think the Bengals do pull out the win though. I think who's their QB? I don't even know. Injured leg
Burrow?
dude. Yeah, injured leg dude Burrow with no line is somehow going to grab a dub against the Lions. Um, and his amazing receiving core. Let's just say it right now. But I think the Bengals are a better team. Maybe in a couple years they'll be a playoff contender, maybe even a divisional contender with the Ravens, Browns, and Steelers. I don't know. We'll see, depending on what they'll do with their O line. At least that's my call. But I think the Lions 1-16, bad record, bad season. Maybe purposeful tank. I'm not sure. But Adrian, what are your highlights?
Oh, I have more faith in the Lions than you, and that is cut out for a bit.
Yeah, you
I
did.
have more faith in the Lions than you, and that is for sure. I have them going 5-12. You have them going 1-16. Big difference. You got to look at things as a whole. And the quarterback is the face of a team. The quarterback is the face of the franchise. For the most part, you cannot win games unless you have a good quarterback. Some teams, it's not always true. That is the formula. That's why teams use the first overall pick for them. I mean, look at this draft. Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, all top 10 picks, all top 5 picks. Name any position. There's no position in this draft that had 3 players get picked in top 5 because it's impossible. Quarterback's most important position, always has, always will be most likely. And that's why I think the Lions, I do not think they will fail necessarily. They lost Kenny Galladay, they lost Marvin Jones. The team is decimated, but they have a new coach, Dan Campbell, and they have Jared Goff, who's eager. He's hungry. He's eager. He wants to prove the doubters wrong, prove the haters wrong. You say, because you said the same thing about Jimmy G and the 49ers to me. You said 2 years ago in their Super Bowl. Well, 3 years ago, the Rams and Jared Goff were in the Super Bowl. Although he took the loss, just
True.
like Jimmy G and the 49ers, he showed that he has the skill to get his team there. And I think with the chip on his shoulder, the eager for the hungerness, I think he can, pull out 5 wins. That's not that many wins, but, it's still a decent season. Week 17, I'd like to cover. Lions, Seahawks. Russell Wilson sucks late in the year. He's chokes. I think Russell Wilson's actually overrated. I will say that 100%. I think Jared Goff upsets the Seahawks just like he did in the playoffs this year, right? Last year,
Upset.
if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then I would like to highlight Week 7, Lions, Rams. Jared Goff can't get the revenge game. Matthew Stafford gets the revenge game as well, and I think he ends up pulling up the W, though, just because his team is much more stacked around him, and he has Sean McVay. Should be an interesting season for the Lions, though. I have some faith in them to go 5-12. More faith than you, at least, but that will be all for me in the Lions, though.
That's it for the vid. I just realized. I don't know why I just realized this, but just to show you guys, because I forgot to show you this last vid, but right now here are the seeds for me, and I'll show this for Adrian. As you can see, number 1 through 16, 1 through 15. Of course, some of these are not finished yet. As you can see, some teams are like only 6 games, some teams are only 9.
But our bracket is filling out nicely, though.
It is filling out nicely. That's very true. To show Adrian's, here's Adrian's. As you can see, these are like the as of now ranks, but of course we haven't finished them. Like I said a second ago, except for the AFC. The AFC is complete and finished. If you guys didn't see the videos on the AFC, go check them out. They were pretty
Check
good.
them out.
Let us know if we got anything wrong. Let us know if we were too biased. Let us know any of that stuff. If you think that Bears are better than we say they are, Lions are better
Fight
than
for
we
your
say they are,
fight for your favorite team, guys.
fight for whoever. Doesn't matter. Your opinion is somebody else's opinion, probably. But we'll see you next time. Peace.